So we're in Fresno, California. We just finished installing 2 faucets here in the master bath. Got the walk-in shower here with the glass block. Toilet's not set. We got a repair we need to do over here, but got 2 faucets here, so they're both Moen. I think they're the Chateau. I'm not real sure. They got these. Homeowner bought these. They're straight out of Ferguson. Anyway, so those got set. No big deal. That drain snapped off completely when we were taking it apart. This drain came apart pretty well. So, anyways, new drains in there. This side, we went to shut it down. Both of the angle stops were stuck in place, hot and cold. We took the hot, we shut the house down, started taking the hot apart, and it was back feeding through the cold system because this valve was open. And so it was just, the airlock was released and it was draining. So we took a pair of channel locks and tightened down the angles, the old angle stop, and it broke free. It almost snapped, but it did break free. So technically we could have left that one in, but because it was torqued so excessively, we replaced it. So we let the homeowner know we were going to replace these valves. So hot and cold, brand new, quarter turn on, quarter turn off. So you can see these guys right here, quarter turn off, quarter turn on. These are brass crafts straight out of Home Depot. And then 3/8 by 1/2 inch by 20 inch braided stainless steel supplies. Those are Fluid Masters, so that's all we use in there. So braided and nice. And then got the drain in, and that's existing P-trap. So all that's their piping, the inch and a half Schedule 40 pipe and P-trap. That's theirs. Trap adapters theirs. Drains ours. So we got that, and then of course the lift rod assembly and for the drain and whatnot. So that's in, and no leaking down here. Took the aerator out and then also water through here first, and it's running real good. So nice new faucet in there. This is the one over here. They gave us a little bit of trouble. You know, the drain fell out. There's all kinds of debris in there, and it was just a train wreck in here. But the valves are still in place. So those angle stops are not ours. This is the lavatory sink on the left. So this is right next to the shower. So we left those one in place. They shut down. Packing nuts were leaking, so we just tightened those up, and so they're not dripping now. I asked that you would monitor those. And the reason why is, you know, things develop, especially with older valves, and I didn't want to go to the whole house, you know, and spend let me see, $255, I don't know, $6 and a quarter, you know, or $600 just to replace shutoff valves. And so these are functioning, so leave them alone. You know, they turn off and on, and they shut off and on. So those are good. Supply lines are new, again, Fluid Master, and these are 1/2 inch because these old supply lines are 1/2 inch NPT, and I can't see them because I can't get up in there with the light, but it's 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, and those are fine. And over here on the same thing on the cold supply line. So that's ours. Everything else is theirs. So, you know, like I say, Schedule 40 pipe, P-trap, trap adapter. Drain's ours because it came with the new faucet, and so we set that, got it tightened up, ran lots of water down here, no leaking, and so that's good. And drain assembly's in. Everything looks good. It's dried off real good. So just I would say monitor it. Make sure you don't get any leaking anywhere. Honestly. These older style, they're not older styles, but they're one of the original style faucets from Moen. And what happens is you take this aerator out. It's just a piece of copper pipe that comes up here and spits out. When you take the aerator off, it sprays everywhere, and it kind of shoots back up into the faucet. And this is just a cavity, drains back down into the cabinet area. So make sure these, you know, these are tight. I tightened them up, so these are in good shape. But if you ever take these out to clear out the aerator, get sand out of there, whatnot, make sure you get them tightened back down correctly. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll start getting water down here, and you'll think, okay, what's going on with the plumbing? You call me out here, and it's just the aerator. So keep track of those. It's all dried off. I didn't want to leave water on these faucets and stain them right away with the hard water. So that's good. Anyways, so master bath is done. We're going to go over to the front bath by the laundry room, set one more sink, and I think we're done for the day. We've run out of time. We've got a couple other projects to do out here, but we'll have to come back on a couple of different occasions and get that done for them. Outside of that, this portion of the installation is done. So we're still in Fresno. We've up in the front bathroom, it's a full bath, but up by the laundry room. And so another faucet, same thing. I believe it's the Chateau. It could be the Adler. Matter of fact, I think it's the Adler. I said Chateau in the previous video, but I think these are the Adlers. Anyways, they came straight out of Ferguson. Homeowner purchased these. We installed them. So faucet went in, drain went in. Trap almost did not go back in. The waste is in real high, and I'd imagine at some point they remodeled this and put in granite and an undermount sink. And so when you had the old tile was thicker. Then of course the sink was up on top, so you didn't run into that trouble. You can see how high the waste is in here. So coming out of the wall, you can see it traps down, and it's a close nipple right there, and it just hits the nut over there on the tailpiece. So it went in, but you know, honestly, different trap, and then a street adapter in here, that 1.5 by 1.25 inch adapter. Just it glues into the trap, but this is an old trap, and you know, we don't have any replacement parts for this, so we're just gonna leave that alone. It should drain. Unfortunately, we can't run any water and test this one because we got these in, and we went to put the supply lines back in. There were some nylon braided supply lines in there, and they were old, so we went to put in our new ones, and of course it's an off-size thread. It's not a 3/8, it's not a half, it's a 7/16, so right in between, and that's just an oddball. Nobody uses that anymore. Haven't used it in years, but you run into it sometimes. And so we'll pick up a pair of braided stainless steel supply lines, 7/16 by half by 20s, get them tied in and test this one out. We've got a couple of faucets to set out here, so no big deal. We have a closet flange repair, and then a toilet to set, and some cartridges, so we'll be out at least 2 or 3 more times. And so first thing we'll do when we come back out is get this buttoned up. Everything looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.